Like there's guys that follow me now that's starting at 14, they're making like 5k a month. It's just knowledge and information and then implementing that information. Going from 0 to 2k a month, just do a shit ton of outreach, build the foundations, and then from like 2 to 5, which would be selling some ads, and then from like 5 to 10k to 20k per month, have everything automated to the point where you don't really need to do anything.
Jamie, what's the crack, man? Great to have you on. A pleasure.
Pleasure, man. Thank you for having me on.
No problem at all. And the reason I got you on, man, is because you helped me a lot with my entrepreneurial / personal development journey. And I firmly believe that you definitely be able to help, to inspire, to motivate a lot of other people too. So everyone has a story, I guess. Who is Jamie Houston and what is his story?
Jamie Houston is someone who likes to consistently improve every aspect of his life. Well, whether it comes to, money, like financial, whenever it comes to, building better relationships, whenever it comes to, fitness or health, whatever it may be, it's just consistently trying to improve. That's what I've been building over the last couple of years, and that is who Jamie is. It's as simple as I can put it.
Unreal, man, unreal. So where did this kind of mantra or this mindset come from?
It all started with a breakup, as usually how it goes. Me and this girl was going with each other for a while, and I wasn't a very nice person at the time. I was just lazy. I was, blamed everyone else. Just this here horrible person. We finished and things happened then. I was like, right, I need to start improving myself in every aspect of my life. So started going to the gym, started eating healthier, started doing runs, cold baths, started, all this kind of self-improvement stuff that you do after you have a breakup as such. I'm trying to transfer that then over to business. So I started like a couple side hustles. I started doing drop shipping. That went to shit. Didn't work at all. Purely because of the fact that I didn't actually put on the work. I'm not going to lie, I didn't really put on the work. Secondly was I went on the SaaS, which was obviously through Jason. Jason helped me get on the SaaS and all that kind of stuff. But my main problem with SaaS was I didn't feel that it was for me. Even though I booked 25 calls or something like that, it was like 26 calls in like 2 weeks or something like that there. I didn't sign a single person, so I knew something was wrong. So that was like sales. I was terrible at sales. And then I went on to what I do now, which is content creation and, doing a content agency, helping other people with content, using some ads to scale their business. And yeah, it's been going very well.
Unreal, man. You were a barber before, and then you transitioned kind of into the online business realm of things. Yeah, when did you just kind of come to the realization that you were kind of meant for more?
Obviously going through that journey of self-improvement, you start to build up the confidence. Do you know what I mean? Like you stack small ones every single day, you train every single day, you eat well every single day, and all this kind of stuff comes into play. And I always knew anyways that, I wasn't going to be, working a normal 9 to 5. I always knew that way anyways. I never wanted to be that type of person. It just sits down and does 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with that, but just in me in general, I have higher hopes and higher expectations for my life, especially if I want to achieve what I want to, achieve in the near future.
Yeah.
So going from, being a barber, I absolutely loved it at the very start. There was, most of them were very nice, don't get me wrong, but there was a few that, I just didn't want around me, and I was very selective in who I wanted around me. So then I was like, right, I'm done, and I'm going to give this a go and see if it works. And here I am now.
Unreal, man. I guess where I kind of grew up and where I went to school and everything was based on going to school, going to college or going to uni and getting a nice, safe, secure job. Like that was the traditional path. And that's what you were nearly, if you didn't do that, you were nearly a black sheep. Were you ever thinking of going to uni, going to college? Was that ever on the cards for you?
No.
No.
The reason being is I've always said this since I was young. I was just like, no, I don't want to go to uni. I don't want to go to college. I don't want to do none of that. It kind of started with gaming and all that kind of stuff. Like I was like big on the like Fortnite and Call of Duty and all that kind of stuff. And when I was younger, I had like a few YouTube channels, like a Minecraft channel, a Fortnite channel, all that kind of stuff. A GTA channel as well.
Sick.
I always knew I wanted to go down that untraditional path. Do you know what I mean? Also,
Yeah.
I had an art channel as well, which is really, it's still up. I'll never give the name out because it's horrible. But yeah, you don't see me face or nothing. It's just me trying to draw like cartoons, but it's absolutely terrible. But I always knew that wasn't like really for me. Obviously, like my parents, I said that to them, and don't get me wrong, they were like somewhat supportive. My dad, he was like super supportive of, when I quit my job, I was just like, I'm done. And he was like, fair enough, like I want to see you succeed, so just try your best, and that's it. So that's kind of what I did. And 9 months later, I'm obviously here where I am right now, which I'm very, very grateful for.
Unreal, man. And the thing is, you're fairly killing it in the online space at the moment. Like you're making big bank, my friend. You're making a lot more bank than I would have been if I stayed trying to climb the ladder with my job as a quality engineer, for example. And I think that's kind of baffling to me anyway, to think that you can make so much money online this weather. You just need to get started. You just need to take the first step. How did you take the first step? What was the driving factor to make that change? Because it is very hard you have to sacrifice a lot to get to where you want to be. You have to kind of, as Alex Hormozy says, you have to face that lonely chapter. And it can be difficult. But what sort of advice would you give to people who know they have more left in the tank, but they just don't know where to start?
Realize what you want in life. Figure out who you actually are. Okay, so if once you do that and you figure out, if you feel like, I want to be a doctor, I want to help other people in that aspect, then you'll go and do that. But for someone who is, that doesn't want to be confined to, where they work, how many hours they work per week, per month, whatever it may be, how much money they make per year, the best way to do that is do something online. Whether that be, sell an info product, whether that be sell a service, whether that be like doing a coaching aspect or whatever it may be, you will always see more success doing something online because it's 10 times more scalable. You have your own time, you have your own freedom, you can work from anywhere in the planet, and that's why I opted for it, because I don't want to be confined in like an office doing a 9 to 5. I want to work my own hours, and funny enough, I work more hours now in the business than I do, than I would have on a job. But
yeah,
that's kind of the main thing. But if someone wants to get into this, I would say start stacking small ones, like literally find out who you are and then create a plan on how to actually achieve that person. Do you know what I mean? You have to act like the person. So for example, someone asked me, how do I make 10k a month? You have to be the person that is making 10k a month in order for you to make 10k a month. Hopefully that makes some amount of sense. So you need to do the actions that a 10k a month person does in order to make 10k a month. And if you don't do that, if you're just literally sitting on your bed at night scrolling on TikTok and just doing this and like watching movies, watching Netflix, going out to eat dinners, like when you really don't have the money, you don't really have the time, and also you have these aspirations that you want to achieve. If you're doing that, you're not going to get to them aspirations. Like for example, like my routine is pretty straightforward. It's very, very strict. It's like wake up at 4 o'clock, have my prayer, have my meditation, do my stretching, go for a run, go to the gym, come back, get a shower, get some food, clean up my room, a 2 hour work block, and then I take some free time then for like an hour or two, then another 2 hour work block, and that's like my whole morning, the about 12 o'clock done. And I feel like that there's like, what's that, 4 hours of work, and then all my like nutrition, all my health, all my gym, fitness, all that kind of stuff done. So that the rest of the day and just do work as much as possible, or like take calls, whatever it may be. But it's a lot more optimal than waking up at 8, 9, 10. Sometimes, like even back in the day, I used to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the day because I was on my phone all night scrolling, or I'd be out partying the night before and I'd be waking up at 4 o'clock in the day just on my bed. It's not a life you want to live. And exactly, the whole entire day is gone. You're waking up at 4 o'clock, you're going to get your food at 5, and then you're up then the whole night to 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning again, and then the same process recycles, and it's just not good. So that's what I'd say.
Pretty good answer, man. A lot to dive into there. I think it all kind of stems back to your fundamental habits. And for me anyway, the book Atomic Habits by James Clear was revolutionary for me. It just kind of really put everything into perspective. I knew the habits that I used to have a year ago, they weren't serving me. They were getting me further away from the person I wanted to be, from the life I wanted to live. So definitely all comes down to habits. But at the same time, I can imagine a lot of people that are not kind of in this space might see your lifestyle or your habits as a bit extreme starting off. Are the habits you use at the moment, the habits you implement at the moment, the same as the habits you implemented from, say, 0 to 1, which in my opinion is the hardest the hardest kind of phase of the journey?
I would say no. The reason being is because, well, yes and no. The reason being is because at the start it was more focused on building the person I wanted to be. So building them habits, which is like, you're going to fail so many times. I failed so many times. Like, I would, fall off track so many times. I would, like, have some food that I shouldn't have had, or, I didn't do a run whenever I should have. But one thing is, try and keep yourself accountable. Like, I really want to emphasize that. Like, try your absolute best to keep yourself accountable. Even if you fail, just realize, right, fair enough, I failed. It's like you're learning. Like, you literally are. It's a whole process. You're going to fail over and over and over again. But it's just what you do after you fail. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to realize and analyze, right, why did I fail? And then avoid that the next time you try. So, like, going from, just say, for example, 1 to 2K, 0 to 2K a month was pretty simple. It's like, just do a shit ton of outreach and, just, build the foundation, start posting videos, get better and get better. And then from like 2 to 5, which would be the exact same thing, but maybe just add on some ads, maybe like, add on a VSL, try different softwares, etc. And then you'd be like, right, I need to actually manage all this. How do I do this? So then it's a wee bit different. So then you go on to, outsourcing the work. So you you find other people, they do the work for you, you manage them, and then also manage the clients. And then from like 5 to 10K to 20K, whatever it is per month, that's then where you kind of figure out your entire systems, have everything automated to the point where you don't really need to do anything. And then it's the exact same process then from 20 to 40 to 60 to 100K a month. And then obviously you just figure out different systems, you figure out what's better, what works better, what doesn't work is good. That's pretty much it. It's pretty simple, and just build the building blocks first and then just build off that.
It's definitely not easy, but it is simple once you have the right plan in place.
Exactly.
And I heard a good one about a rat experiment. I think it was Jordan Peterson that said it, and I have it written down here just in case I butcher it. But basically, in the experiment, hungry rats would have spring balances attached to their tails. And the first part of the experiment, there was a smell of cheese would be released in front of the rats, causing them to release a force on the spring balance. Then you have on the second part of the experiment, after they reset the spring balance, the smell of cats would be released behind the rats, and they would actually pull even harder. So I guess that kind of tells us that people are more driven by fear than by success. How does someone get over that fear of failure, that fear of judgment?
You need to realize first what the fear is. Let's just say it's fear of judgment. You have to understand that no one cares about you. Like as much as you think people's going to be watching you, what you do, all this kind of stuff, no one gives two monkeys fuck. They really don't. The thing is like, once you do it first, like, because I was like posting content about fitness and all that kind of stuff, and don't get me wrong, I was scared shitless, and just because people would judge me. But then I was at a point in my life, I was like, am I going to let other people's opinion or judgment of me that will fade away anyways?
Yeah.
When once I get to a certain level, and I won't even care. So would I let that affect my business in the future? Like what I do now, in order to get to, say for example, I'm at 2K a month and I want to get to 10K a month, and how I do that is going to post content of my face about me talking about a certain product or whatever it is. Am I going to let my fear of their judgment affect my business to get to that 10K a month? Of course not. That is just utterly stupidity. That's just stupid. So you need to get over that fear. As soon as you post one video, then you be like, right, that was not bad.
Yeah.
And you might get some people supporting you. Well done, lad. Appreciate it. This is really good. Well done. And you'd be like, oh, right. People actually do want to see this kind of stuff. And you post another one, you post another one, you post another one. And that support might continue. It might not. But you just need to get out of your own way. It's as simple as that. You need to realise, right, in order for me to get to 1K to 10K, it's a simple matter of posting my face, building trust, building authenticity, building confidence within myself.
Yeah, absolutely,
Exactly.
man. It's like a lot of things in life, it's just a skill. And the more you practice the skill, the more you put in the reps, the better you get. And there might be a time delay. No, there definitely will be a time delay.
Exactly.
It does take time, but You'll get there, definitely. I want to just dive into your experience with working alongside Darren Lee, the host of Kickoff Sessions, for anyone that doesn't know. I was absolutely buzzing when I heard you were editing clips for the likes of Mike Thurston for his podcast, for Rob Lipsett for his podcast as well. What kind of major takeaways or learning lessons did you get from the experience of working alongside someone as successful as Darren?
Yeah, man. I want to correct you first. I work with Darren, and we do stuff for Rob Lipsett and Mike Thurston. But yeah, man, it's absolutely insane, honestly. We literally just finished a podcast done with Rob Lipsett right there. He had a guy called Chris on. He's like the owner of one M house, and he's like doing a big thing anyways. But that should be out in a couple of days, so whoever wants to go see that, they can go watch that on Rob Lipsett's channel. But these guys are they're at a different level, man. They really are at a different level. Especially Darren, see like processes on the back end. I'm not going to say his revenue, but he's aiming for a lot this year, and it's absolutely insane. It really is insane watching the processes on the back end, how he operates. What I do now is like it's nothing compared to what he does. The relationship he holds, the actual integrity that he has within his content, the absolute drive that he has within building everything. He's just a different breed. He really inspires me to become like him. He's from Ireland himself, exactly like me. And he was like at this year stage, working the 95s, drinking all the time with his mates and all that kind of stuff. And, he sees me now, and he coaches me a wee bit too every month. So I gain a lot of knowledge from him. I just have to say that they work at a different level than most people. Just seeing that there really inspires me to do so. And then also I want to help other people do the exact same thing. So, I started obviously when I was like 18. But like there's guys that follow me now that's starting at 14 that are making like 2, 3, 4, 5k a month, and then like if they join my mentorship, then we can get them to 20, 30k, 45, 50k a month within the next like 2 years. That's our plan. But like these guys are just making serious dough, man. And there's a guy called Liam as well, like Robert, my business partner, he kind of coaches as well, and Liam's at 10k a month now. He just crossed 10k a month, and he's 14, and it's absolutely insane. Like it's stupid.
14.
These guys are making so much money from the online space. Yeah, well, I think he's 15 now. I don't know, but like I think he's 14. I'm not sure, but he's around that age anyways.
That's
and he's from
insane,
Australia.
mate.
Yeah, he helps people with content. Yeah, man, it's not really. It's just knowledge and information, and then implementing that information. It's as simple as that, man. Like he gets out of his own way, just does what he's told, and it works.
It works, yeah. Or learn from the people who've already done it before. Speed up the process. You can pay with time, or you can pay with money.
Exactly.
And
exactly. That's
one you can't get back.
Exactly. Like time you can't get back. Money will always come back to you either way. And then like obviously if you work with us, like you get everything. Like we give you a step-by-step roadmap. You get literally one-on-one coaching calls. You get weekly coaching calls where we bring on, like we do topic calls first. So whether that be helping you with sales, helping you with client retention, actually getting clients, and then also we bring on guests anywhere from that's making 20k a month the whole way up to 300k a month. We bring on just a shit ton of guests every 3 weeks. So you can just pick their brain, realise, right, these guys are on a different level. What are they doing that I need to be doing to get to 10k a month, 15k a month, 20k a month? So that's why we do that. And then also on top of it, you get literally a full community of guys that, striving to do the exact same thing that them 300k people are doing. And, that's what we teach as such as well. You get a full course. We're actually building out a whole new course around Facebook ads, just helping people also, like grow with ads as well. Implement that on the offer, and like higher prices they can charge. But man, it's absolutely insane. I've seen all these guys at 14, 15 making this amount of money. It's just it is incredible. It really is. But it just all comes down to work ethic. Do you know what I mean? Like we give you all the step-by-step frameworks, we give you all the scripts, we give you everything you need, literally everything you need to get to 10k a month. All you need to do is just take action and implement it and work as hard as possible for say 3 to 6 months, and then you'll be at 10k a month, no problem.
Absolutely, man. You'll definitely get there. You just need to follow the plan, as we were saying. For me, anyway, I personally speaking, I've kind of ventured away from that side of things. I just find the content side of things a lot more fulfilling and enjoyable. And even though if I did follow the plan that you guys have, I would definitely get there. but it just, I mean, the whole reason I kind of stepped away from my 9 to 5, as it was kind of just, it was like, it was soul destroying, really. And it was sucking the life out of me. Even though I could definitely get on board with you guys, I think the content is a lot more fulfilling. And no doubts it'll work out in the long run as well, but it definitely is a long-term game. I think you need to definitely have your expectations aligned, not to set yourself up for disappointment, because it does take time. It does take a lot of sacrifice. You are kind of living evidence that it works. You'll get there.
Definitely. I want to say too, on top of that, it's like, we're not for everyone. Like, even if you, like, let's just say, for example, like, you book on a call with us, 9 times, well, not 9 times, but I'd say about 7 times out of 10, we don't even onboard that person that joins the call. The reason being is because they don't fit our criteria. We know the type of people that we want to help, and we know the type of people that will actually take action. They're actually serious about, investing the money so they can get to that 10K a month. Like, that's the people we want to join. And I'm not saying that's not you. I just mean in general, because I know you and I know this content side of things is a lot more fulfilling to you. And I know, like, we structured a plan as well to help you, make money off the back of the content and implement like a certain funnel down the line, which is like, you're my mates, some of course are going to help you do that. But I mean, just in general, like, most people are going to get turned away from the mentorship. Do you know what I mean? Like, most people are going to get turned away. It's not for everyone, man. Like, it's only a select few people, a select personality type that will actually get on, that actually will make the money, because we know that they're actually willing to invest the money to actually make the money.
That's, yeah, great stuff, my friend. Great stuff. And we'll finish with one final question. We're not going to do a 3-hour Joe Rogan podcast quite yet. We'll start with baby steps. But I guess just to finish things off, man, what is the vision? What is the dream? And I suppose break it down into 2024, the vision, 3 years' time, 5 years' time.
Pretty much, there's 3 key aspects. So build as much relationships as possible. Select my network. So build my network. Next is build my family. So, like, obviously provide for my family, have a certain amount of money that they never need to worry about anything. And then thirdly then is just overall just accomplishments for my life. Like, the next 5 to 10 years, it's pretty much just building a network, getting around high level people that can open the doors for me and then everyone else in the community, etc. And then help my family become, financially free. So, like, sort out my mum, sort out my dad, sort out everyone else in my family. It's a very big family, so I have a lot of work to do. And then also, number 3 is just, like, accomplish everything. So marathons, Ironmans, that's like the goals I have in the next 5 to 10 years. Building, $100 million year business. That's like a big goal for the next 10 years. I want to get to 100 million in revenue in the next 10 years. And then also, become the best person as possible and, help all you guys do the exact same thing.
Wow, man, you're absolutely dialed in, to say the least. Exciting times. I think we will leave it at that, my friend. Just want to say thanks very much for coming on. I really enjoyed that. An absolute pleasure as always. And don't forget to enjoy the journey.
100%. Kieran, thank you, bro. I really, really appreciate it.